Good morning, neighbors. Yesterday I shot a video about a little toolkit that I had that I bought at Kmart when I first was married back in 1974, 75. We were married in 74. I started working there the year before and worked there for a few years. Anyway, I found the hacksaw. This was the original hacksaw, and I know it was because, I don't know if you can see it, but I put my initials on it, SK. And so that was the original hacksaw, different blade obviously, but that came with that kit. And what I didn't get around to telling you is that was something that was on a end cap in the hardware department, and the price was, they were trying to clear them out, and the price was going down and down and down every day or so, every week or so, whatever. And I was keeping an eye on it. And they got down to the last couple of toolkits, and I bought that whole kit. Wrenches, screwdrivers, pliers, hacksaw, socket set, 3/8 inch, 1/4 inch, complete socket set. I think it was all SAE. I don't think there was any metric in it. But anyway, $14. I bought that whole kit, and I'm still using it 50 years later. But there again, back in the day, $14 was like a half a day's pay. 4 or 5 hours I worked to earn the money for that kit that was probably less than half price by the time I bought it. Anyway, good deal, good deal. I talked about a socket set that I have. Maybe I'll show that some other day. I've got a huge, big Craftsman, 2-layer plastic case that I bought with a lot of stuff in it. Craftsman, $5 at a yard sale. And then after that, I started collecting other sockets from other yard sales, a lot of Craftsman, a lot of other cheap junk, but a lot of Craftsman stuff. And I finally had to fill in a few blanks with stuff that I bought at the local hardware store that was some other brand, but that's the good brand of the hardware store. A national brand, DeWalt or something like that, I don't know. Anyway, nice set. And that's my big master socket set that I have. But this other toolbox, now this is missing. There was a little insert, removable insert that it doesn't have. You have to slide in here, I guess. But this is Plano. Plano, I love Plano stuff because it doesn't rot the plastic off your handles like old plastic stuff used to. Good. They started out with tackle boxes and stuff for the little rubber worms that you use for fishing, because regular plastic tackle boxes back then would just they would just soak right into the worms would soak right into them. Anyway, this came with removable tray. Nice, good size, clean. I picked this up at the dump. Somebody was throwing it away. It was sitting there on the hopper where we throw our bags of garbage. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. Can't have too many toolboxes. I've got we're hitting yard sale season, gentlemen and ladies, and we just got a notice. We have an email service for yard sales. Again, we live in the north. We don't do yard sales. They start about this time of year and they go into maybe September, and that's about it for yard sales. We're done for the winter, but there's a big one. There's a home that we've hit several times. They open up their garage and they have huge amounts of stuff. I don't know where they get this stuff, but I have bought, a couple of years ago, I bought a couple of toolboxes full. I've got a toolbox full of screwdrivers. Some of them are pretty nice, and other stuff. I was going through that yesterday when I was out there looking for my hacksaw, and I got a little box opener, cheap little things, but you can't have too many of these little tools. Throw them in one in the car, keep it handy. Little screwdrivers, big screwdrivers, use it for a pry bar. Who cares? It's not good for a screwdriver anymore. Sometimes you just need a pry bar, taking an old tire off a rim or something like that. By the way, if you do need to change a tire, especially on lawn tractors and stuff, Murphy's oil soap is what you want to use as a lubricant. You can't beat it. I fought with a tire for some time on our lawn tractor a few years ago now. But Murphy's oil soap, things I use. Yeah, so yard sale's coming. I wrote an article for oh, what's the name of the magazine? Backwoodsman magazine years ago on yard sales. Have a good day, folks.